everything's okay.
Good.
We have agreed to differ.
Ah, right.
Excuse me, please.
Ah, our new African.
Pardon?
Yeah, I've been expecting you.
Me?
Yes, I was told I'd have a new pupil. Look, it's nearly time for our tea break, so why don't you just go to the back for a minute and I'll take your particulars later.
But please,
Now, to be a good chap and don't argue, just go and sit down, all right?
Yes, but... Sit?
Yes, please.
Okay. Me? Sit?
Good, good. You've come to have a cup of coffee?
Coffee?
Yes, coffee, this stuff.
Thank you.
Well, I thought I'd better tell you that an inspector has arrived.
Oh, my conscience is clear.
I beg your pardon.
Well, apart from the odd parking ticket, I've never had any trouble with the police.
An education inspector.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry. How stupid of me.
Yes. Well, you'll probably want to call in on your class.
Oh, well, don't worry. I'll deal with him.
You don't deal with inspectors from the local authority, Mr. Brown. You cosset them and flatter them and agree with everything they say.
Yeah, well, I'll do that as well.
I expect he'll want to see your register.
My register?
You do have a register.
Oh, that register? Yes, of course.
Oh, well, you better call it as soon as you get back to your class.
Right.
By the way, while you're here, the local authority want me to fill in a few details about you on this form. Now, I've got your name.
Yes.
Address.
Yes.
Sex.
Occasionally.
Married.
Sorry. No. I was engaged once. As a matter of fact, I proposed marriage, but it didn't really work out. There was quite a lot of opposition.
A father.
No, a husband. I didn't realize she was married at the time.
What do you do during the day?
Oh, well, nothing at the moment, I'm afraid. I'm waiting for a suitable position.
And what was your last position?
Well, I was teaching at a secondary modern school, but I left. I couldn't stand any more beatings.
Well, I didn't think teachers beat children anymore.
Oh, they don't. It was the other way round.
I think you better take this form and fill it up yourself and bring it back to me later.
Right.
And do be careful what you say to the inspector.
Oh, of course. Oh, by the way, the new student has arrived.
You won't forget to add the name to the register, will you?
Now, the first thing we have to do before we do anything else is to call the register.
So sorry.
Right? Ah, that's quite all right. I expect you'll have a bit of difficulty finding your way round at first. Things will seem rather strange.
Yes, very strange.
Yes. Must be quite a change coming from one of the underdeveloped countries to our more advanced way of life.
Oh, yes.
Still, your people are doing remarkably well. Did you fly here?
Fly? How do you mean, Buana?
Oh, fly in a big iron bird. Quite a change from riding an elephant. Unless you came by jumbo. Yes. English joke.
Very funny.
Well, perhaps you better sit down. And I better take down your particulars, otherwise I may get into hot water.
Oh, you are going to have a hot bath?
No, Ali, it's just another way of saying I may get into trouble.
Oh, dear. You have been committing some grievous misdemeanor.
Not at all. There's an inspector from the local education authority coming round.
Yeah, the bigger boss.
Yes, I suppose you could say that, but from my experience, they're usually interfering old fogies.
You don't like them?
Not particularly. Frankly, they're quite useless and about as outdated as their teaching methods. I mean, what's the point of learning past participles, cognate objects, or subordinate clauses? It's far more useful to try to teach a foreign student how to order a meal or find accommodation.
You appear to have some rather unique ideas.
Well, I suppose I have. You know, you speak English fairly well.
Thank you.
Yeah. And what is your name?
Roger Kenyon.
Roger Kenyon. Yes. Ah, Miss Courtney, I'm just completing the register and getting the details of our new student before that inspector chappie pokes his nose in.
No. Mr. Brown.
I shan't be a moment, Miss Courtney. What is your job?
Inspector.
Oh, what, local transport?
Local Education Authority.
Ooh. I thought he was the new student.
The new student is a female.
Is she? Well, you didn't tell me that.
Oh, my apologies, Mr. Kenyon, and I do assure you that Mr. Brown will be severely dealt with.
I can't remember when I last enjoyed myself so much.
I beg your pardon?
Enjoyed yourself?
You know, Miss Courtney, your Mr. Brown is a remarkable man.
I am?
He is?
Yes. His teaching methods may be somewhat revolutionary, but they appear to work.
I have always encouraged my staff to be forward-thinking.
I'll pass on your comments to the authority. Perhaps they revise their textbooks. Now, if you'll excuse me,